GriffinGamingRPG, and hey, I just want to say welcome. It has been a while since I have been out here to stream, and so today was the release of Update 3.19, and so I kind of decided that, you know what, I'm going to just test a little bit. I got a new rig or a second rig now, and I haven't live streamed on my own in quite a while. And so my old system, though very capable, whenever I would try to run Star Citizen and stream at the same time, horrible, terrible, terrible. So bear with me tonight. Today is kind of a technical dry run because ultimately what I would love to be able to do is start streaming again, not just with myself, but also with the team members of Soul Citizens. And we're looking to do that on the weekends. So it'll be Fridays or Saturdays. Right now it's Saturdays, but we're going to see how it goes. But for now, I'm back streaming again. I have not been out here for quite a while, and so probably before COVID. Now that I think about it, since the last time I streamed, so that's like about 2-3 years. So anyway, thank you for dropping in. Appreciate you. I've got one viewer here other than myself, so thank you. That one viewer who's here, I appreciate you being here. Give a shout out. Let me know who you are. You are the first person here to get me to see me back streaming once again. As I said, I'm kind of doing this because Update 3.19 came out this evening. A lot of people are excited for that. And so, hey, Nomad, good to see you, man. Faithful, appreciate you, brother. 3.19 came out, and if you haven't had a chance to check it out in PTU, it was running fairly well in PTU. Of course, there's the typical little bugs that happen here and there when we're in PTU, but nothing like what we saw in 3.18. And even 3.18 ran good to the last patch of PTU, but when it went live, as you know, things didn't go well. So anyway, 3.19, we're going to see how it runs when it's gone live, because it was running fairly smooth in PTU. There are still some hitches and things that have to be addressed and fixed in the game, but you know, they'll get to that, right? Eventually they'll get to that and they'll knock those things out. One of the things I could do, since I'm here, is bring up the patch notes. And let's see if I can do this without revealing too much of my life away here. Let's see. We're going to go here. And then from here, we're going to go... where are we going? Where is it at? What am I looking for? For Spectrum, and then we're going to scroll down. There's 3.18's patch notes. Doesn't look like they have 3.19 up here yet, unless I just don't know where it is. Nomad, I may not know where it is. It might be on, let's see, is it on here? Let me take a look at something here. Sometimes CIG does the right thing and puts it here. Nope, not there either. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. We will look at this. I'm going to change the screen over here to the proper screen. Let's go to the proper screen so you can see what I'm seeing. Okay, this is the page they've got up here. Follow the call to a life among the stars. Now is the perfect time to explore the vast universe of Star Citizen. From soul-soaring views to heart-racing missions, the Stanton system has never been as inviting for veteran and new players alike. Dive in to experience the latest features, fixes, updates, and quality of life improvements added to 3.19 Call to Adventure. So they've got a little title for it this week. So that's pretty cool. Let's see, what was I going to say? Nomad, by the way, I'm in the Soul Citizens Discord, so if you want to come in and just talk, you're more than welcome. If you want to stay there, that's cool too. I deliberately went into our Soul Citizens channel just in case people want to come in and talk to me, because it's going to be kind of half talk, half playing. I'm not really going to be doing that much deep in the game, I don't think, but I'm going to wander around a little bit. We're going to look at this video in a hot second. Let's see, what do we got here? PvP element at Ghost Hollow. Ghost Hollow is a new piece that was added with some derelict ships and areas in it. So we will take a look at that in a bit. New component salvage, which I have not had a chance to do. Ripping wrecks apart just got easier thanks to component salvage. Now you can use the handheld tractor beam to remove intact engines, power plants, and more from the abandoned ships and reuse them or scrap them for profit. This initial version also lays the foundation for moving and placing cargo via ship turrets, which is planned for release soon in a coming patch. Visit the full salvage guide for everything you need. We may have to go visit the salvage guide because I haven't seen that. Let's see. New salvage missions. Waste not, want not. Make a career salvaging destroyed or abandoned vehicles across the verse with all new salvage missions. Whether you play by the rules and only claim what's yours, risk it all for a vulnerable hull, or break into secure space to take what you can, there's serious money to be made in the salvage game. Salvage, salvage, salvage. Oh, you're on your phone. Okay, yeah, no problem, man. Not a problem. Let's see, stability and persistence upgrades. Alpha 3.19 includes countless back-end upgrades that will benefit everyone exploring the verse. You can expect increased stability, more predictable item persistence, and a smoother overall experience from the second you understand it. Now, I will say, we did notice a performance improvement when we were in the game testing it the past few days when they went to PTU. Expect increased stability. Stability is always an issue with this game. And hopefully CIG will be able to match its words up with its comment, because stability is one of the things that people lose their minds over. If they're playing the game and it crashes or doesn't run well, that is one of the biggest frustrations that people have in the game. Nomad, I don't know. Have you had a chance? Did you go into PTU or did you wait for live? I know a lot of people were kind of waiting before they came in to see it. Improved new player experience. Star Citizen features a beautiful, sprawling universe full of wonder, adventure, and action. However, it's easy for new citizens to feel overwhelmed as they take their first steps into life in the 30th century. Not yet? Okay. It's not just new players that feel that way, CIG. It's us old players, too, anytime we come into a new patch. So, from Alpha 3.19, a whole new guided mission will welcome new players to the verse, including showing them how to get around, use the mobiglass, and fly their ship in atmosphere and space. From my understanding, it takes about 20 to 30 minutes to get through that little mission thing. I didn't try it during PTU. I kept saying, oh, eventually I would, but I got to wandering around looking at other stuff. Never got to try out the new player experience. Lorville City upgrade. Jump to Hurston and set a course for the industrial city of Lorville, a brutalist behemoth nestled in the remains of long abandoned mines and weapons testing sites. One of Star Citizen's earliest planetary locations, Lorville has been given a huge overhaul with an all-new layout, revamped buildings, and a sense of scale that must be seen to believe. I will tell you, that might be something we'll do today. At the very least, we're going to fly to Lorville, because if you haven't seen it, it's amazing. And CIG quite often will do one final tweak before they go live. So we noticed that there were some things that weren't on one day that were on before. So maybe when we go there this time, we may see what Lorville is in its semi-final state. Mining gameplay enhancements. Let's see. Alpha 3.19 introduces a much improved mining experience for solo and multi-crew players alike, including a new UI that gives clearer, more detailed information on progress, risks, and more. I will admit the UI is gorgeous. I got to go into Prospector one day and just mine some real cheap stuff, but it is way more, it's better. I would say way more better, right? More better. But it is better. It's more intuitive. It's not as cluttered to me. It takes a little bit to get used to see where they've moved things around at. But yes, the new UI is better. And with updates to tools, ore deposits, refining, and selling, miners must now travel the system to get the best return on investment and embrace the added risks and rewards they may bring. If you guys don't know about this, what they've done is scattered resources into specific places in the verse now. So it's not like when you go somewhere, you're going to find a little of everything. That is not the case. There's some places, well, you may find a little, but really it'll be a little. Now, you may find iron specifically in bulk in certain places, and other places you don't see it. Somebody just jumped in to chat with me. Who's there? Let's see. Who is it? Who's there? Who's in Discord?
This is Nomad.
Oh, hey, Nomad. How are you, man?
I transferred to my office and I on my computer.
Okay, well, welcome. You can help me do the show today. You're my co-host, okay? You're my co-host for now, all right?
Oh wow, I'll be honored.
Yeah, quick upgrade, right?
Yeah.
Well, no. Actually, like I said, I came in Discord specifically so that people could just hang out with me if they wanted to while I kind of noodled around in this update. So thanks for coming in, man.
Hey, no problem.
Have you had a chance to monkey around with any of this yet? I mean, you've been following. I know you keep up with the game pretty good. Is there anything that you notice?
Absolutely. I follow. I have not played. I was supposed to go to Bar Citizen this weekend, and which was going to be a LAN party here in DFW.
Oh wow!
But I ended up having to. A friend of mine, she asked me to help her pack because she's moving.
Okay.
So I had to bail on the party.
Real
and
life
that's
first.
when I was going. Yes, exactly. And that's when I was going to jump into the verse and really get into it. But I just didn't get a chance to.
It's understandable.
So. But I keep, I always keep I always keep it updated.
Yeah.
And ready to go when I want to go in.
Yes, sir.
So I haven't. But yes, I've just been paying attention to you guys and everybody else.
Cool. All right, cool. Well, we've got this coming up, right? Invictus coming up next week this week, right? Actually, just this week. Oh my God. Yeah, 3 days from now.
Absolutely. I will be there for this weekend.
Yeah. Are you holding your wallet or are you licking your chops for some of the stuff that they're thinking about?
I just recently bought what are those ships again? The A, B, and C?
Oh, the whole series?
No, not the whole series.
Antares?
The Crusader ships.
Yeah. The I know what you're talking about. The Crusader.
Yeah.
I got the A1, the B1, and the C1. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
I bought a C1, and I'm like, okay, I'm done for a while.
Okay.
That was an impulse purchase.
Yeah, we've heard that before. We've heard that before, Nomad. I'm done for a while. Or I'm not spending any. We've heard all those statements. In fact, this Sunday show for Soul Citizens is going to be FOMO, right? The fear of missing out, right? And how many times we've said, I'm not spending any more money. Now, I will say this. Exactly. I'm holding out because I'm trying to hold out for Alien Week because I really want a Suntucky Eye. And so if I keep focused on that, I'm going to be good. They have shown us that new, Mirai Fury, which looks interesting. Excuse me again. It looks very interesting.
Bless you.
But I'm trying to tell myself it can wait. That's what I'm trying to tell myself. Particularly for the type of gameplay that it looks like it's going to require. Have you had a chance to look at it, the new Mirai?
Yeah, I saw some of the artwork.
Okay.
And it looks very interesting. It has that TIE fighter look, obviously, that everybody's talking about.
Yep.
It looks very interesting. I like to see how it performs. I like to see it in the flesh.
Yes.
It would be pretty cool to check it out.
Yeah. I definitely told some people that CIG is good for reaching into the deep subconscious of us and creating the Antares to throw us back to the X-Wing and the Fury, or this one definitely is TIE Fighter-ish, right?
Absolutely.
Somebody did a video, Subliminal did a video on it because, they, weirdly enough, they actually had it in the convention center during testing, right? And he did a walk around it. And one thing I will say about this ship, well, first of all, they've got all the components in it, which is very cool, right? But secondly, they've laid it out really well. So when you see it and you see where the components, how you access them, because it looks like the ship it's very little, right? It's a very, very small ship. But they have maximized that tightness of that ship and put things right where you can get to them, which is really cool. Now, scary thing was the missile boat version of that thing. The missile boat version of that has no guns. It is all missiles. It's like
really, I didn't even know about that.
It's like 20 missiles. I think it's called the MX, and it is fully loaded with 20 missiles. Okay,
wow.
So yeah, to me, it's like you just send that thing in to do its job, and and head on back home. So yeah, take a look at that when you get a chance. But Subliminal does have a walk around of it that's done very well because he's very thorough on doing ship stuff. So
you know what has me really tempted?
What's that?
Is I really like the Lynx.
Yeah.
And I already have an Ursa rover.
Yeah.
And I'm not really into luxury vehicles, even in real life. I'm more of a sports car type of a guy.
Yeah.
But this Lynx is like, man, I really like it.
You know,
You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh,
I always have,
oh,
I have my whole luxury persona thing, right? That I do for Soul
yeah,
Citizens, right? And I just do that to pull
sure,
people's chains. Don't get me
sure,
wrong. I do like it, but I'm not the nut that I act like about it. Okay. I've got a little bit of everything in the game. Okay.
sure.
But this is what I will say. And this has been an interesting, kind of frustrating thing for me.
Uh-huh.
I look at Star Citizen as a game that allows for your imagination. That's how I look at it. I look at it as the game that whatever you want to try to do, they're trying to give room for that. Now, I came out of, and you've heard me say this before because you've watched the show a dozen times. I came out of Star Wars Galaxies, 33 careers, right? I didn't even try to do all of them. There were certain ones I liked, but the fact that there was so much variety, and as a gamer, for me to watch and see that there were people who just being like creature handlers. That's all they did. You know what I mean? Some people liked making clothing. That was all they did. They built their base on some planet, and they weren't worried about the latest ship or the latest guns or going out and doing PvP. They were content and enjoying themselves just doing that. I'm always amazed because I heard some people say this the other day about the Lynx. I'm always amazed that when people say it's a waste, I don't see why they'll do that. Now, I don't mind when people say it's not for me.
Right.
But the fact is, as gamers are supposed to be about imagination. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And fun.
Exactly.
And it kind of breaks my heart a little bit when gamers don't leave room for other gamers to experience the game the way they want to experience it, right?
Exactly.
If somebody wants to sit and ride on, like, not to be funny, you want to talk about some wasted space for some people? Think about the motorcycle. Who makes a motorcycle, right? In a game 900 years from now. But guess what? There are so many people who are excited for the Ranger. They can't wait to get on the Ranger and ride it on some dirt road in the game. Now, I don't get freaked out about that and say, well, there's hover bikes. Why would you want to get it? You know what I mean? I don't do that. Dude, if it can fit in the lore and make sense in some form, which CIG seems to be, they're trying to make sense about everything. So having that Lynx, yeah, there's a cool factor to it. But I'm hoping that they have a reason for the Lynx, that there's actually something about it that makes it unique, so that if you buy it, you say, "Man, I'm glad I bought this thing." You know what I mean? As, beyond cool factor.
I'm giggling just a little bit. As a side note, I played a lot of the first Watch Dogs.
Okay.
Game.
Yeah.
And one of the things I loved doing, it had public transportation. It had a train, and I would sit on the train. And go back and forth. I used the train as my main mode of transportation around the city. I went as I looked for the train station. I gotta get over here. And that's the station I need to go to. I got on the train. I loved it. I loved it. And that's what I hope for Star Citizen, just to be able to just do whatever. I love just being a UPS guy. And just delivering packages. And getting cargo manifests. That's all.
You know. And I think that, I mean, I don't blame gamers completely, because I think that the industry got lazy and pretty much kind of programmed us to have certain expectations toward games anymore. And that idea,
combat.
Well, not just combat, but just even the type of strategy we do. I'll give you another good example, right? And I know guys are supposed to be about Star Citizen, but I don't get that many chances to talk to Nomad, so I'm taking advantage of it. When I remember when what was it called? Oh God. It was the game that AE put out, Electronic Arts put out, the Battlefield. Battlefield 1.
Okay.
Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1. When they put out Star Wars Battlefront 2. Right?
Yes.
Beautiful game. Visually beautiful. We all have Star Wars, a lot of us have Star Wars lore in our blood, right? We've got Star Wars movies.
Absolutely.
You can watch Star Wars and see nothing but the fighting and combat and ships. You can watch Star Wars and see the politics. You can watch Star Wars and see the relationships, all that stuff, right? But it seems like the default that developers have gone to has been the easy road, which is about the combat. Now, I'm not saying combat's easy. I'm speaking from the developer side of it, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a formula that works not only in gameplay, but in human beings as well. We're competitive, right? And quite often, our competitiveness is more about who's the fastest gun more than who grew the fattest pig. You know what I mean?
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
that's the easy way to go. And so gamers have just gotten used to that's what we've been fed for so long. So then our
Right.
expectation is that the next great game brings the next great level of that type of gameplay.
Right.
And I think
Right.
we've been stunted a little bit as gamers that we kind of are not seeing. It's like Star Wars is a universe. I mean, that's a big, don't get me wrong. It's almost an overwhelming statement to say you have a universe of things you can do. And I think that
Well, you do.
I think players see maybe just a solar system of things to do, right? Not a
Right.
universe of
Right.
things to do. I
Right.
don't mean to preach, but I think you get my point. And
Well,
I hope
exactly.
Star
I hear
Citizen does do
exactly
that.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
I have another quick story. I have a friend of mine who was staying with me for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and he is a big World War II buff.
Okay.
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 And I got him into DCS. And also, I really love flight sim.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love just flying the big airliners and going from place to place. And so I was telling him about how I was trying to get into it more and get on VATSIM and learn how to do all that kind of stuff with air traffic control through Flight Simulator.
Mm.
And he looked at me and he goes, well, what about all that boring stuff in between? In other words, in between takeoff and
Yeah.
landing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
it's not boring, the boring stuff.
Yeah.
He just shook his head and walked away
Yeah.
because when he plays DCS, he wants to play the World War II
Yeah.
planes and fight and shoot people down.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters. And he thinks I'm crazy for just wanting to fly from point A to point B in a 737.
He's like, wake me up before you take off and wake me up before you land, right? That's all that's where the work comes in. But there is the enjoyment for aviation enthusiasts, right?
Absolutely.
Sure, those are the
Absolutely.
challenging moments in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also the freedom, the appreciation, the satisfaction. There's the, even if it's nothing more than monitoring your instruments, right? Making sure that things are good, or the possibility of inclement weather or wind shear, or, I mean, there's all these things. Sometimes you get a flight that everything's quiet. Nothing goes wrong,
flight
right?
management.
Exactly.
Flight management.
Whole lot of things there. And again, I'm hoping that Star Citizen will be not only a game that provides that, but also reintroduces that to gamers so that gamers see greater possibility beyond what the industry has been presenting us so far. You know,
absolutely. What you were saying about Star Wars Galaxies, because I was a big Star Wars Galaxies guy for a while. All I wanted to do was be Han Solo. All I wanted was my Millennium Falcon and fly back and forth and shuttle stuff. But I already see those kind of things starting to emerge in Star Citizen. Those kind of options are starting to emerge. And if we can get people to stop thinking about weapons and mounts and what missile mount, what missile rack, what kind of weapon can go and how can I beat the other guy? If we get more people to understand that there's more to it than that, the game will flourish. Absolutely flourish.
Yep. And I think that in a way, there's a part of me that says that I think that our players are starting to get it. A few weeks back, we did a show and we talked about, I don't know if you saw the show, but I talked about people picking up the garbage.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Remember that? And I was saying, you know, there's something to pay attention to in that when there are people who are on their way to their ship or whatever they're doing or on their way back from their ship, and they actually take time out to put the garbage on the garbage cans, right?
Absolutely.
And now for months and months, and you know, before people were just throwing bottles down, but as soon as persistence kicked in, something clicked in some people that made them either drink and go to the garbage can, or if they saw something. Now that's retraining the way we look at our space, right? Our game space. Now, there's still those people who drop and run, and that's okay. But I think that steps into a place of immersion that's like an unspoken thing that actually happens subconsciously with us. So that's why I'm saying, you know, I'm hoping that there's a learning process that happens with this as well. You know, because Chris came out of that immersion thing, and he's always talking immersion. And I think that when we think of immersion, we're always thinking of it from, you know, feeling like we're in the game. But I think that there's a difference between feeling like you're in the game and then feeling a part of the game. I think that takes us into a whole nother space. So, so anyway, we'll see what happens, brother. Let's keep going on here. Let's see. We've been on Invictus here. Let's see what else. Is that it? 3.19. Oh, okay. Here's the sale. This is what they got on sale. By the way, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you guys, this is my first time back streaming for a while. It's been a while. I am honored to have Nomad1701 in with me today. And he's just kind of hanging out in Discord. If you guys want to come in Discord, he's just watching me screw up the stream, basically. But that's what we're here doing, okay? Let's see. I'm in the Soul Citizens Discord under Star Citizen. If you guys want to come in. So the mole is up for $315. That's pretty much the same price. Let's see. 6 months of insurance. Nothing there that's impressive. Okay. I don't own a mole. I had one and I melted it. Okay. But I'm a miner. I mean, my main thing in this game is actually mining. Okay, and then probably salvage and exploration after that. But I missed out on buying this sucker because I wanted the carbon one, the black one, and I never did get it. So I might have to finagle that. I've got one because of the Ryan. You know what I mean? It's sitting in my hangar because of the Ryan, but I don't own one, and I still need to get one. Prospector 155. That's still there. That's gone up by $5. It used to be $50 for $150. It used to be $140, I think. Oh, everything's creeping up a little bit, Yeah.
Inflation.
Yeah, the Rock is $55. Rock DS is $75. I still wish they would rework this thing.
07 Shady Phase.
Oh, Shady Phase. Hey, Shady Phase, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I wish that they would enclose this seat, that second seat. Protection from the environment on this is so important, and to have one guy protected and one guy not is just I don't know.
I've always found that a little odd.
Yeah, put him in an enclosed thingy, Yeah. And the crab monster can still grab him. You know what I mean? When he's out there, but but don't leave him out in the freaking weather. And the environment, you know what I mean? Because that automatically says there's only so much time we can be out here working, blah, 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 blah. Reclaimer. Okay. That's still, I think that was $350 at one point. I think that's crept up. Salvage is big, so I can see why they're putting that back out here. People are drooling at that. Yeah. The Vulture, same thing, $175. Okay, so that's what they've got for sale. Have they got any junk? Let's see. Oh, here are our patch notes. This is what we were looking for earlier. Okay, let's see. Plenty of known issues still there. People usually blow over that, but I think it's always good to kind of go over this a little bit.
Sure.
Unstowed player ships must be claimed after 30. Okay. They got to be reclaimed. Jeez, oh, Pete. FPS weapons are selling much lower. That was still in PTU. They didn't fix that. Ships can explode from collision. Most of the stuff was still in PTU. I'm surprised they didn't knock some of these out. Corpses not despawning in Grimhex. I know why they've got this out. Obviously, they want to be ready for Invictus. And they've been putting out patches every day, because you said you hadn't been in PTU. They literally have been putting out patches every day in the PTU. Right. So I know they're trying to get ready to make sure that Invictus runs smoothly.
Sure.
Entrance of Lorville Hospital has a large, that's still there. Substance store option, that's still there. Players cannot see party players, that's still there. Hornet and Glaive currently have bugged high forward thrust. I don't remember that one. The rest stop at Arc L4. Players are unable to call elevators from the stop in the refinery. Multi-location shops, interactions, pharmacy, kiosks, use interface. That's not good. Or misaligned. Okay, they work, but they're misaligned. Tractor beams. If you activate a tractor beam in a hangar, you can bring the activated tractor beam back and use it in armistice zones. Okay, people are going to be exploiting that big time.
Oh yeah.
The Reclaimer has no real elevator interface. Yeah, that what you can do. They finally fixed the Reclaimer so that you can use the elevator in the back, but the back door doesn't drop down, so you go through it, and you can't call it from downstairs. You have to still use the pilot's elevator to get on the ship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The mole interaction prompts for all mining turrets are easy to miss. In unintuitive locations for players. Okay. So what they're saying in that one, guys, is that in the mole where the controls are supposed to be where you would mouse over it and see it, they're not in the place they should be. They're out of place. So it's not intuitive. You got to feel around to find them.
Oh,
the hover quad is still stuck in the ground. That's been an error. multi-vehicle mining UIs appearing in low resolution, racing locations. A specific rock formation on the Yedar Valley racetrack is visible to some players and others it isn't. Okay, that means you'll run into it if you don't see it. Crusader, post-Korea, core tech physics player, transitioning from EVA onto the Korea's landing pads has a slight chance of instantly killing the player. Okay. That's not good.
No.
Because you got to EVA to get there, otherwise you get shot out of the sky. Transit, Orison players are falling through sometimes disappearing trams and shuttles to their deaths. Like, it's a good point not to make Orison your base until they get that fixed. Absolutely. Locations, R-Corp trams are out of sync with the station timers, causing trams to overlap. That does happen from time to time. And again, on Korea, contraband screens have Visaria issue. New features. Okay, we talked about salvage contracts, Ghost Hollow, new player experience. The locations, they added volumetric. Oh, yes. You haven't seen the new clouds then, have you?
No, I haven't.
Oh, my God.
And I heard they're fantastic.
They are. They're tightening the tech up more and more. And we're at, I'm at an R-Corp, so I got to see them as soon as I took off. They are really great. Shady Face says they want to fix as many of the game-breaking bugs. Yeah, before Invictus. Yeah, absolutely, Shady. They did an FPS AI combat balance. Tractor beams attaching and detaching, mining balancing, ship mining. Resource distribution has been updated to reflect the more distinct distribution of minerals. Okay, yeah, we talked about that. Oh, yeah, there's a new mineable. This thing is supposed to be like super, super rare to find in game.
Oh, is that green?
Yeah,
like
yellow gleam looking stuff. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah, and you only get it in caves. And it's supposed to be extremely rare, but extremely valuable too.
Wow.
So,
yeah,
changing in mining update, resource update, concept of mineral rarities for reason standard. Like, okay. So the different resources have different categories now. So there's some that are called standard. So things like iron. Okay. Common means it's a chance to be part of any rock like beryl. If it's uncommon, chance to be in a rock like gold. If it's rare, you'll find quantanium.
Ooh.
Dedicated location for resources that have been standard rarity, like Ariel has iron and quartz. And I think we're going to have to kind of figure this out as we go along, what's got what where. Updated properties for resources. Each resource should affect the properties in rock based on their amount. Oh yeah, by the way, the rocks are huge now. Rocks are like freaking 30,000. They're big. Wow. Updated mass buffer minables. More variant rock sizes and masses, small ones that do not need breaking to massive rocks that require multiple players. Additional rock types with unique chances for resource compositions, removed diamonds temporarily. Janolite, that's what it's called, Janolite.
Janolite, okay.
FPS mineral, NK is very rare but very valuable. Also allowed mouse wheel to control the throttle. Alt mouse wheel controls laser intensity. Adjusted difficulty of hand mining. Okay, that's going to be something else to screw me up. Resources refining and prices. Updated the resource prices and demands of the TDDs. Further away from the standard material, more profit. Okay. Updated refinery yield and times for certain minerals to encourage longer distances to travel for the best money. Okay, so in other words, all the joints don't pay the same. Full item rework. Mining heads are now, have minimum and maximum laser power. They have different laser power. Heads have different extraction speeds. Heads also have different ideal distances. Because everything before used to be like within a certain range, you'd be optimal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Updated resistance values. Updated instability mitigating values. Unified properties for all mining modules and gadgets. Buffed active modules drastically. Added new property exclusive to mining gadgets called cluster modifier that clusters elements together if you split. Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting. Filtering on some items that remove their inert. Okay, that's good to hear. Yeah. They're filtering inert stuff off of some of the rocks. That's good. They added Arbor S1 and S2 mining head variants to shopping locations. Sub-item slots on mining heads different. Okay. Resistance reduction is now multiplicative and made instability updates. By the way, for those of you who don't know, some of the mining heads are now sold at Dumper's Depot where before you used to go to the refinery. If you don't see it at the refinery, check out Dumpers Depot. You might find what you're looking for there. Okay. Made insurance claim to claim. Okay, yeah. Made insurance claim times and prices increased to all ships. Reduce the inventory stock of ship weapons. Now that's something that people are going to get freaked out about.
Yeah.
Because everything was in the game before in somebody's store, and now there's some stuff that you will not find in the store. You will only find it from either PvPing, if it's ship related, or from a loot box, or off of an NPC. So people who had their favorite thing are probably going to go to the store and see that it's not there anymore and go absolutely ape.
Wow.
Well, they put everything in the game for us to test. It didn't mean that it was going to remain there. And as long as people understand that, otherwise you don't make stuff valuable. If everything is accessible and I just got money to go buy it, well, big deal.
Very true. It's very true.
Added Corsair Cutter and C8 Pisces to in-game shops. Okay. So the Corsair can be bought, the Cutter can be bought, and the C8R can be bought. The Vulture is still going to come out probably on the next patch or next month or whatever. Optimized radar performance while scanning large amounts of cargo boxes. Okay. ASOP UI performance optimizations. Now, there's a lot of bug fixes here. I'm not reading all those, but you get it.
Yeah.
And there's also a lot of fixes for client crashes and stuff that they did. So, all right. We're doing pretty good here. So far, CIG, you guys are on point. Let me ask you this before I look at the video, Nomad. Is there anything that we talked about that's in this patch? I'm going back over the screen right now. That is the thing that you're looking forward to checking out.
Nothing in particular.
Okay.
I'm not really a big into mining, and mining seems to be the big push now.
Okay.
Although it is fascinating. I was watching Space Tomato the other day, and he had this big mining operation going with like 3 moles, and they were all hitting this rock, and they were using all the different buffs and all the different pieces of equipment in order to get the power curves right. And I was enthralled. I was watching it. I was like, wow, mining has come a long way.
That is cool.
And so for those guys who like to mine, it's going to be very exciting, and I'm very, very happy about that.
I'm excited for these folks. I don't know why isn't our chat box showing up? That's weird. You guys are typing in chat, but there's nothing there. Why not?
I see chat.
You do see it?
Yeah.
No, I mean on my screen. See on my screen there?
Oh, yeah. You just type test.
Yeah, but you guys aren't coming up.
Oh, you're on the screen in the stream.
Yeah, but why isn't your chat coming up?
Now I see it.
You see me.
I see your test. Yeah.
Oh, it's not staying. It faded out. It disappeared.
What? Oh, okay. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, it faded.
That was weird. What's that all about?
That's usually how they work.
Well, I'm using a different software that I don't normally use, and so it's haunted. Because it's got a hide delay here. I didn't tell this to go anywhere.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks for typing. Thank you. Okay, so I can set it on always show messages. Go ahead and type for me one more time, somebody.
I type hello.
Is it coming up now? Yes, it
is. There's a delay from me. There it is.
There it is. Yeah, because you're in live with me. That's why. Okay, I had a setting wrong. I'm like, why am I not seeing anything typing over there? Okay, I feel better now. Yeah, thank you, Shady. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, mining and salvage have been the big thing, right? But PES is the other big thing for me. The persistence.
Oh, yes.
And them getting that together is a game changer for the game. And I know a lot of people have said, well, persistence is not new. It's been in games forever. Yeah, but not in this scale.
Right.
Not in this scale. And I think it's so easy to forget about the scale of Star Citizen. It's huge. Being able to track all this stuff is going to be
undertaking.
It's going to be a monstrosity. Well, I'll tell you what, buddy, let's take a look at the new video, because I haven't seen it. I honestly did not look at the new video. Let's see what it looks like here. Let's hear it.
it's silent on our end.
You said it's what?
It's silent.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's not good. Because I'm hearing it here. That's weird.
Okay, I can hear it ever so slightly now.
Really?
Yeah.
But you guys aren't hearing it through the stream. Shady, it's not coming through, huh? For you? If the audio's not coming through, that's not good. Shady, let me know if you were hearing were you hearing the music and stuff? This, like I told you, this was a technical test tonight, so that's kind of the deal.
Oh yeah.
Let's
I get it.
Shady might have fell asleep. He went to get something to drink. Let me see. What? That's weird. Because all my meters here were saying that audio was coming through. You weren't hearing anything. That's not.
Oh. I got 3. Oh, you know why? I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. What happened?
I was getting double audio. So I muted the stream so I could hear you, and I forgot that I muted the stream.
That's okay. Listen, you don't do this all the time, so you're excused. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right. All right. We're gonna go back a little bit here. We're gonna pick it up from right here. Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Wow. Ooh.